Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, I posted on my community tab here about Prince Harry's little talk he had as a special guest on child online safety. And I wasn't even going to talk about this, but then I read an article or two and I was like, oh, we need to talk about this. Wow, the manipulations here and the implications are more than you'd expect. So here we go. Prince Harry, I hope my children never have to live with social media as it is now. So basically, he's using his alleged children that we never see to justify deplatforming people. And I also find it very interesting that it's only after Elon Musk buys Twitter that suddenly Harry is so concerned with social media for children, don't you? So now it's not about misinformation. I guess he realized that one didn't go too far, talking about misinformation, disinformation needs to be stopped, because that's what Obama was touting. And then Obama got Biden to start a misinformation, Ministry of Truth. Total joke. So now the new tactic with Harry is it's for my children, to keep the children safe. So it's typical World Economic Forum agenda, posing it as it's for everybody's health and safety. We need to deplatform everyone. So the Duke of Sussex goes to war. Oh, is the I like the Telegraph. The Duke of Sussex goes to war against, online platforms, as he fears children will be used. He fears children will be used as digital experiments to make money. Digital experiments. So keep in mind the idea of being used as an experiment and what has happened in recent history where everyone in the world has been used as an experiment for an experimental product. Just saying. So he's claiming that children are being used as an experiment. He doesn't back that up as usual. He just speaks his nonsense unchallenged. And he was speaking to young people too. They got these poor young people that had to listen to him on this Zoom call. So the Duke of Sussex said he hopes his own children never experience social media as it exists today, as he accused companies of designing platforms, quote, at the expense of young people. The Duke, speaking via Zoom at the launch of a new report into child online safety online, said the current industry has made it impossible for parents to protect their children from harm. Instead, he said, children experience a world where they are, quote, targeted and feel dangerous content and treated as digital experiments to make money. In his strongest statement about the online harm to date, he warned, so Harry is like Bill Gates, he's coming out and warning us, right? Quote, here's Harry's warning. Many of these systems are by design aimed to keep our kids hooked for years to come, regardless of how their time online impacts their self-confidence, self-worth, or safety. So it dawned on me when he's thinking about his children online being safe. I'm like, Harry and Meghan are doing this to cover partly, or a large part, to cover, I think it's partly for censorship, which the World Economic Forum wants, but also to cover up their lies about who gave birth to their children, right? If you think about it, they're really sticking by this lie. Mr. and Ms. No pictures of getting the vax taken anywhere, anytime. They are another edit. I pointed out in that video with Harry's psychic predictions. Yeah, they want to make sure that they're covering their tracks. They don't want any evidence, and they don't want their children to find out, because they are sticking to their children being in line to the throne. And they're actually going to go all the way to censoring us and deplatforming us to cover a lie. So you see the implications of a lie, and how one lie, lying about giving birth to a child and where it came from, is now censoring freedom of speech of people around the world. I mean, it's just think about it. I mean, it's a direct connection, because Harry and Meghan are connected with George Soros and Bill Gates and the World Economic Forum. So, of course, he speaks all, nonsense at the World Economic Forum, like, we're doing it to keep everybody happy and safe. Yeah. Meanwhile, they're oppressing you and making you a slave to a digital system. Anyways, although he said he was, quote, not an expert on law or technology, yeah, you don't say, he added, quote, but I am a father and I'm lucky enough to be a father with a platform. Oh my God. So he's using the children now to push his censorship, to justify his taking away the freedom of speech of other people. My kids are too young to have experienced the online world yet, and I hope they never have to experience it as it exists now. No kid should have to. See, suddenly, now that Elon Musk bought Twitter, suddenly Harry's got a problem, right? Now suddenly all the online he doesn't name a particular platform, but I believe that's it. It's easy to say the business model of the internet and social media is broken, according to Harry, but it's not. The internet business model is doing exactly what it's meant to do. Pull us in and keep scrolling, get us angry, anxious, and make us numb to the world around us. That's bad enough when it's meant for adults, but it's worse if it's meant to do the same to kids. The social media industry makes unimaginable money from our time and attention and our information, literally. Kind of like the Archwell website. And I saw a news article describe Harry as Prince Harry, co-founder of Archwell. Like they're pushing Archwell like it's some big company like, IBM or, Microsoft now. They're really pushing it. Anyways, the financial model is based on keeping us online and engaged so they can vacuum up our most personal information and time. Yeah, just like Archwell website does. Interesting. You're sucking up all our personal information if you go there. Never go to Archwell unless you're using a VPN. Anyways, appearing alongside young people for a launch of a toolkit called Making Child Online Safety a Reality. Okay, so what I'm noticing in general in the news and in schools now and libraries, what they're doing is they're putting in new web browsers for children so that they can only get mainstream media news. So they only get the narrative. They're trying to, this is a tactic to keep the truth away from them. So they only see mainstream media. This is what this is all about. They only want children to grow up hearing the great lies of the World Economic Forum and the people that Harry hangs out with being in charge. This is what it's all about. The Duke said it's time to understand that the way we experience technology, like social, isn't working and needs to be fixed. Also, according to Harry, it isn't working, but he doesn't say exactly how it's not working. Oh, you mean because of Christopher Boozy and the Sussex Squad and their bots and all that? So here are these young people that had to sit there and listen to him. I hope they got paid at least. Having to listen to him. He's so boring. Young people know they're being harmed, he said, while parents fear they will lose their children to suicide. It doesn't know, you got to ask, this is typical nonsense, word salad nonsense, where nothing specific. He doesn't name a platform. He doesn't name a specific incident. It's just very general, but he's introducing this toolkit to keep children away or young people away from the truth, is the way I see it. And he wants it worldwide too, which is another World Economic Forum. The toolkit by Five Rights Foundation is supported by African Union and the United Nations for the Committee on the Rights of Children. So censoring children from the truth and only letting them see mainstream media is for the rights of children. So they always put it in, and European Union and global children's rights NGOs. NGOs are George Soros made-up companies. It asks policymakers to work in 5 categories: identify risk and mitigate harm, promote access, accessibility, and inclusion, diversity, inclusivity, equity, that's all communism. Build a chain of responsibility and collaboration, integrate child-centered design, and ensure effectiveness. The Duke said Archie 3 Lilibet will be 1 in June. My 2 little ones are still the age of innocence. Sometimes I feel I can keep them away from online harms they could face in the future forever, but I'm learning to know better. So, yeah, he's using the children as a prop to promote censorship. This is his latest gig. So I want to take a look at this. Influence of the World Economic Forum with this. And at one point he said we need worldwide laws. Yeah. Oh, and another thing that he brought up is that, remember that Facebook whistleblower, that blonde woman who came out and claimed basically it wasn't a real whistleblower. She was just coming out and saying we need more censorship on Facebook. So she was actually promoting censorship. It was a total fraud. Well, he refers to that whistleblower here in his argument that there needs to be more censorship. It shouldn't have to take a whistleblower to disturbing revelations to learn what social media companies have known for a long time. So he's using the idea of whistleblowers, and the only real whistleblowers that have come out recently are the ones that work at Pfizer and Moderna and the Department of Defense, where all the V injuries are coming out. So he's manipulating that and saying, well, the whistleblowers are coming out. No, there's no whistleblowers there, Harry. It's just you trying to censor people. So I see how that he's manipulating the topic there. So anyways, once again, Harry and Meghan find a cause, like Meghan with her, women's issues and girls' issues, and it all sounds, you can't argue with it because, yeah, of course, who doesn't support women and girls, and who doesn't support, keeping children safe? But in reality, it's all about taking away your freedoms and your rights and your platform. If Harry and Meghan think it's not what they want, if it exposes their fake, their children there, the way they, we call it, where the children came from. Surrogate, that's the word I'm looking for. All right, so let's take a look at this. What's Harry doing here, and how much of an influence the World Economic Forum, and is he going to be taking down more platforms now? Because he obviously loves taking down platforms. Woo! He just loves it. He loves censorship, Harry. He's so evil. So let's take a look here at Harry and his little child. Now he's using his children as shields of safety. What's going on here with Harry in this? Did Harry want to do this? Was he pushed into it? Let's find out. Harry. I'm calling him Harriet these days. Harriet. He's such a tool. The Lovers reversed. Ooh, very upset here. I think he's upset. Number one, you see you got a heart up there at the top. A lot of myocarditis and pericarditis going around with young people. And Harry is somebody who pushed the V with his Vax Live, just saying. I think that he's a lot major arcana here. So I think that, he is, he's not doing well right now. Things are not going well. Like I said, Elon Musk buying Twitter has really upset the globalists. I feel that Elon Musk, for whatever reason, they're flipping out over that Twitter, we all know. And Harry's very upset. Him and his group, World Economic Forum, are very unhappy with the loss of control over a platform there. They can't stand it. But don't worry, YouTube's still censored. Don't worry about it, honey. 10 of Swords. Oh, and things are just not going well for Harry. He's feeling like he can't get away with anything. And, of course, his viciousness and his deplatforming people has not helped his reputation. And him and Meghan, they're at the bottom of a pit. They're trying to drag themselves out. It's not working. Nothing he does. So things are very rough right now for Harry, and but he's still up to no good, him and his group. We'll look into what's triggered him to suddenly become a child online advocate, even though his children are much too young to be online. And all you have to do is don't get your kids a cell phone, Harry. That's very simple. Don't. And they have plenty of safety softwares. It's when you're teenagers you have to worry, and he's a long way from that. But I like this Lovers because, you see the snake there. He's being sneaky with this. Him and Meghan playing the victim here and trying to pull at heartstrings now, because his whole censorship with disinformation didn't work. And so they're not doing well. I think the New World Order is not doing well, and neither are Harry and Meghan. And so, yeah, total disaster. He's under a lot of pressure to do this. He's trying to find a way to justify his existence because him and Meghan are a flop all around for the New World Order and everyone else. It's just not working. They're not working. Nothing they've tried to do has worked so far. It's only backfired gloriously. So what's the basis of moon reversed? Look at that. Yeah, so this whole thing is a deception. This whole thing is craziness. He's just, again, him and Meghan just try this and they try that, and Pete Donna just did a video about Meghan talking about, working mothers, and she's like, what does Meghan know about being a working mother? It's like Meghan and Harry, they jump from cause to cause, and they know nothing about it. Right? They know nothing about it, and they're jumping around. Well, today I'm upset about social media, and tomorrow I'll be upset about who knows what else they'll come up with next. So there's always something, right? And they're flopping around. The whole thing is, I kind of see this as it's kind of like Batman, the bat signal. That's reversed, he is, he's going down. I get this. He's not getting any help. There's no one coming to rescue him. There's no superhero coming to rescue him. He's in trouble. So he is just like flopping around here like that fish in the bottom of the card there, and he's trying to, whatever he can to find a niche that works. It's like they keep throwing shizzle at the wall to see what sticks, what they can do, and nothing's going to work because him and Meghan are just. They're obvious spokespeople for the World Economic Forum. I mean, there's just no way around it. Everything they do is UN, World Economic Forum related. I mean, please. So they hang out with commies. They're total communists. So, I mean, it's so obvious that they're just talking heads for Klaus Schwab. And so what triggered Harry to do this little performance, boring some poor children to death? I mean, if anyone's harmful to children, it's listening to Harry. Those poor children probably need therapy now. We got King of Cups reversed. Oh, so there's a particular man here, a water sign man. That could be Elon Musk. He's a Cancer. So yeah, so I think there's a particular water sign man that has upset them. Because Elon's coming on there and he's like, these lefties. And he's talking about putting Trump back on. Oh my God. Yeah, so freedom of speech. Giving anybody who wants a platform. Meanwhile, ISIS is on there. You've got terrorists on there. You've got criminal gangs on there. But oh no, you got to take down the president of the United States. Yeah, that makes sense. The former president, whatever. Everyone should be able to have a platform, but not in the World Economic Forum in Harry's world. So I really do think this is about Elon Musk. He hates Elon Musk, obviously. He hasn't come out and said it yet, but you know it. It's all about him. This is all about Twitter, without a doubt. Twitter is a huge disappointment, yeah. So support Elon Musk no matter what you think of him, because it's really driving these. It really is. I've been seeing again and again. The World Economic Forum is really very unhappy, and suddenly Harry has a problem with social media now, right? So what's Harry expecting from his little chit chat about child safety? Oh, judgment reversed. So he's trying to stir up the masses. He says, I need public support, because Harry does not have any public support, because this is what Harry and Meghan want to be. They want to be the big old crow up here going caca, caca, and then all the other people down here, he's like the little people rise up for them like the Sussex Squad. They want the world to be one big Sussex Squad. And they not only want it, they demand it. And if you don't give it to them, they're going to have to take down your platform. I mean, talk about totalitarianism and dictatorship. This is what it's about. Now, Harry and Meghan are born to it, obviously. So he's got this. He wants he's trying to get people to sympathize with him now that he's switched it from disinformation with Obama speak to now it's keeping little children safe, right? Because who's going to argue with that? Right? Getting a lot of major arcanas here. A lot of unhappy major arcanas. So there's obviously a group behind this. And this is more significant than it seems, for him anyways. And there's also a lot of pressure on Harry. There was like a group pressure on him. He did this for the group. The group that wants, and the judgment is like a new world, right? A new world order. So yes, it's all on their plan as well. Deceiving the masses, lying, twisting every narrative. Yep. And at the same time, trying to portray himself as a superhero. Like Nacho said, Harry fights for you. But Meghan was supposed to star in a superhero movie, but it just never happened, did it? Because everyone can see right through them, the fakes and frauds that they are. Very emotional. Harry knows Harry's not doing well here, though. I got to tell you, I think that Netflix has dumped him. That really for Harry, that really threw him. I get lovers reversed. Like, I think his buddies in the New World Order, World Economic Forum, big companies they're pulling away. Disney's falling apart. I heard that Disney's approval with the public has dropped from like 77% to 33%. So going woke is still, if you go woke, you go broke still. Nothing's changed. Okay. So Harry's feeling the burn here, and so is his group. But it looks like lovers reverse, that they may be thinking of dumping Harry and Meghan because they're not helping. They're definitely not helping their totalitarianism cause. So, why did Harry do this little talk? His little spiel about child safety online. What was he afraid of? Oh, look at this. 9 of Swords. Wow. So this is the cray-cray card for sure. And he's afraid of losing his mind. I mean, I think that Harry and Meghan are, Harry, as we know already, is mentally ill. And look at the bottom of this reading. We have the Moon and the 9 of Swords. I mean, there's Harry. That's Harry. Meghan's the devil, and Harry is cray-cray as the day is long. And he is angry with swords and swords. Now, someone, I don't know if it was the body language guy, but they wrote about an article about a body language expert pointing out how angry Harry was in this little talk. They could see the twitching of his face. So he was very angry doing this little talk. So, and why would you be, I guess, whatever. He was very angry. I'm seeing that with swords. So I'm seeing that he was not happy doing this. He had to do this. I'm getting finality numbers. I think that he may be at the risk of being dropped more by his handlers and his new handlers. And he's under a lot of stress here for sure. Harry is down and out in Beverly Hills. So it's about a loss of control here, because swords about controlling the narrative, control. Harry's losing it. Yeah, on the verge of losing it. So what's he hoping for by doing this little spiel here? The Star reversed. Another major arcana. And I'm getting here that, he's hoping that people will, take pity on him. He's trying to be a little bit more sympathetic now. He's getting off the chief of misinformation throne, and now he's just a dad who's looking out for his kids, right? And so, yeah, he's trying to be less the star, right? Because Meghan and Harry, especially Meghan, wants to be the big star. So does Harry. This is what they want. But right now, he's realizing this tactic's not working. Nobody likes him. Him and Meghan are not escaping criticism, to say the least. They're a disaster PR-wise. So now they're toning down the star thing, and he's just a dad who's looking out for his little children and wants to keep them safe from the big bad social media companies. So this is a new tactic, trying to get people to empathize with Prince Harry. That's a joke. We all know it. So how much of an influence the World Economic Forum and his buddies on this? Ooh, Queen of Cups reversed. So I'm getting a water sign woman. I often see that as the Princess Diana card, him pushing that legacy. Yeah. I mean, a King of Cups and Queen of Cups. Isn't that interesting? A lot of water sign people here. I kind of see this as, it could be Meghan, because Meghan is the anti-Diana. So this could be Meghan hooked him up with this. Because Meghan, of course, is Harry's handler, right? Harry's mentally ill. So he does whatever Meghan tells him to do, right? So he's on automatic pilot. He's like a cult member, and Meghan's the boss. And you can see that even with those polo pics they put out. You see how Meghan's standing there on the sidelines with her arms folded like she's a talent scout. It's like she's barking orders from the sidelines. I mean, she's got such a handler vibe. I mean, you can't miss it. I mean, and when you compare Meghan's pictures with Marcus Anderson and how lovey-dovey and happy they are, and you look at Harry and Meghan, they look like they're miserable together. And fake and phony. It's so obvious that. So Meghan, I think Meghan, of course, is the one who wants to be president of the United States, by hook or by crook, or whoever she has to, normally the old joke of a woman would say, who do I have to sleep with to get to the top? With Meghan, it's like, who do I have to kill to get to the top, right? I mean, because she's with a deadly group and she's in charge and she's losing her shizzle because things are not going well with Netflix and her buddies there at the World Economic Forum. So Meghan pushed Harry to do this. Meghan's flipping out about Elon Musk. I think it's mostly her, because you know how Meghan is with social media. Of all people to be barking about social media, it's very easy, Harry, Meghan. Just turn your cell phone off. Walk away from the computer, right? But no, they want to tell you what to do, and they're going to make you take this software. So, yeah, I'm seeing this, and they're trying to reach mothers as well with this, of course. But, I mean, this is all about controlling the minds. As Alex Jones says, the war for your mind. It really is. And the way they're twisting these narratives and twisting this is unbelievable. So, and also it helps, control the narrative of Harry and Meghan and the surrogates and whatnot. Obviously, that's a very sensitive point. And that's good to know. Spread the word out. Make sure to put as many memes out there as possible about it. Anyway, so how are things going to go? Is Harry going to be deplatforming more people in the future? And I get 7 of coins reversed. So I see this as people with their little platforms, making a little coin there, little people have their little tree there, their little nest, and they just built their little YouTube channel, maybe little or big, depending on what you see as little or big. And Harry wants to come in and say, oh, are you a pensioner with no other form of income and you depend on this YouTube channel? Yeah, sorry, I'm going to have to take down your house. I'm going to have to take you down, take down your life. Because that's what I do. I'm Prince Harry with Meghan Markle. We like to destroy the little people. That's what we're here for. Just ask Klaus Schwab. These are the people with their little homes and their little sense of security. And Harry and Meghan want to come in and boom, take it down. Yeah. So I do see, not a large number, but I do see Harry and Meghan with their Christopher Boozy and Sussex Squad, mass reporting with their bots and trying to take down more people who criticize them and expose the truth about the surrogates. So I do see more of that coming. That's their real job. We all know that. And in the long term, how's this going to go for Harry? Not well. Nobody likes Harry or Meghan, and people aren't even going to watch it. I take this as, this is on the internet here. This bird is watching all these different channels, all these different videos, but nobody, except for those poor imprisoned children who were forced to listen to him meander with that mothball voice. Wow, those poor children in that Zoom call. I feel so bad for them. I would say I feel bad for SS if they watched it, but I don't feel bad for them at all. They can listen to Harry day and night, which, that should be a form of torture. If you That's a good form of torture. If you want to get answers out of somebody and you want to torture them, just tie them to a chair and make them watch Harry and Meghan for hours and hours, their speeches. Because at this point, most people can't even stand listening to their voices. I mean, it's pure torture. It's to the point it is. And so is Harry. So that's why nobody's watching his videos. Everybody's like clicking off. Do not recommend this channel with a Harry video. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody's paying attention to him. Minor Arcana. Another flop. Another day in Harry's life. Another flop on the internet. Another failed attempt at trying to generate attention and support. Unbelievable, Harry. Nobody likes them. So I'm getting 7 and 7 here. 7 a number about assessing your progress and your willpower with the Chariot card. So Harry is assessing his career right now, and he's throwing shizzle to the wall and seeing what sticks. Like, will people respond to him well with this topic? And not going to respond well at all. So I think Harry's going to move quickly on from this, and his next pet project will be who knows what. They've tried everything else so far. Now, I know some people are going to say, I see this as being inspired, being pressured by his World Economic Forum group via Meghan, and with the King of Cups over here reversed. Now, some people I know are going to say, but that could be Charles, or that could be William, or that could be Marcus Anderson, and etc. They could all have some influence, no doubt, on Harry. So let's see. I'm going to double check with my Mildred Harris cards to confirm. Who is this King of Cups that inspired Harry to do this? It could be it could be Klaus Schwab for all I know. I don't know what his birth data is. I don't know what his sign is. Who is this King of Cups that inspired Harry to give this word salad speech to these poor children, how to sit there and listen to his political blathering? It's like he gets political without overtly saying it, but we all know him and Meghan. The 7 and 7 here is is pushing his political agenda, and the first one I get is a volcano. Somebody so this King of Cups. I'm describing the King of Cups now. Someone who's caused a huge volcano eruption recently. Who could that be? And also I get bone. Dog with a bone there. And I get... What else do we get with that? Okay, alright, at least fell out. We got the hat. The hat. And we've got the antidote. Someone who has an antidote. And feather. And heart again. Heart being an issue. And poppet. Oh, by the way, I was on my walk today. And look what speaking of feather, I just thought of it with the feather card. Look what I found. Does anybody recognize what kind of bird this is? Huge feather. I don't normally see these kind of huge. We don't have a lot of huge birds around here, but I thought that was interesting, and I was trying to figure out how I could search and find out. So if anybody knows what that bird could be, please let me know. I appreciate it. All right, let's take a look at these cards. Okay, volcano, an eruption of anger. Uncontrollable temper, built-in pressure exploding. So this Cancer man causes a lot of exploding anger with Harry or and in the world. So that could still be Charles or William. It's hard to tell yet. And then at 70, this is bone, mortality, leaving something behind, having something to hide, and strong foundations. Well, I would say Elon Musk, and they all do have strong foundations. Next is the hat, which is about self-image or identity, that Panama hat. A career choice or role one plays in life and a sign of respect. So this is somebody people respect. So I'm already leaning towards Elon there, saying. Somebody who's respected, wears many hats, 66, we got this one is antidote. So this is another one that makes me think of Elon, because he's got the antidote to the problems of social media. Don't worry, Harry. Elon's fixing it. He's bringing back freedom of speech. So he's getting rid of the bots. So don't worry. But why is Harry so upset about that? I just don't get it. Antidote, a welcome remedy to a toxic problem. A cure, a balancing of negativity. See, Elon comes in and says, I'm going to get rid of these bots. And Harry is coming out attacking social media. What a coincidence, huh? All this, the way things play out, isn't it? I heard Christopher Bosey's very upset about the bot removals too. Feather, a spiritual ascension, message from beyond, a gift from above, and reverence. And then we got heart. So the heart is, give me 1 second here, is strong emotions, affection, love, and compassion. And last but not least, the puppet, which a lot of people saw when I got readings about the children. The puppet comes up a lot. But in this case, I think Harry's the puppet. Manipulation, brainwashing, having control over someone. Yeah, see, there's a lot of unhappiness because they can't control Elon. That's what this is coming down to. So it's very interesting that, you see how popular Elon has become since he bought Twitter, and Harry and Meghan just can't do it, right? And Harry's doing the exact opposite. Now, you would think Harry and Meghan would have, if they had an ounce of intelligence, they would look at the situation and say, well, let's see. People are cheering and excited and happy that Elon Musk has bought Twitter and he's going to bring back free speech. So then what do Harry and Meghan do? They say, no, we've got to clamp down on this. We need to bring in more censorship. So with the UN, of course, and the World Economic Forum. So it's like Harry and Meghan are doing the exact opposite of what they should do if they really want to be popular. But apparently they don't, or they're just following orders. In this particular case, I see Harry is brain dead zombie, and he's following orders of Meghan and the group. I think Meghan is very unhappy. I think this unhappiness here, of course, is from Meghan, right? Because you got the couple here, and Meghan's been dropped by Netflix, so she's freaking out. Right. And she's like, you better do this and do well. And Harry's like, he knows that if, he's got to do what she says, or, Meghan she's fear of death here or something, which no doubt he has, if you're dealing with the Obama Clinton crew. So he is, he's in an altered state of mind. I mean, I think Harry is He was angry. He was unhappy. You can see that in the cars. I'm getting all swords here. He doesn't give a damn about all this. What does Harry care? What does he know about social media? He doesn't know dit squat. He doesn't care either. He just wants to go play polo. You know, that's all he, with his friend Nacho, that's all Harry wants to do. But Meghan drags him in, and he's like, uh-oh, I better do this, and I better do it well, and I better remember what Meghan taught me about speaking, or I'm going to be in big trouble, right? So, yeah, so that's why you got crazy Meghan over here, the anti-Diana, the crazy woman over here. And, yeah, so I think, Marcus Anderson could also be an influence as well. I wouldn't doubt, 'cause that's Marcus Anderson, I believe, in my opinion, is Meghan's true soulmate here, true partner. So you got the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. So you got this couple working together very closely, and they're reversed. They're crazy AF and secretive and nasty. That pretty much describes Meghan and Marcus, in my opinion. So yeah, them and persuading and making Harry do this. Trying to keep themselves relevant, they're using Harry naturally, and that's the only reason anyone knows who Meghan or Marcus is because of Prince Harry. So he's still the golden calf that they're, milking as much as possible. But again, it's a big fail. Nobody watches, nobody cares. Taking down these accounts is, not going to help their cause. It's only going to make it worse and make them even more unpopular. Yeah, even though he's trying not to do the superstar thing, he's given up on the Bon Jovi singing with Bon Jovi, and now he's just a dad looking out for his kids. He's trying a more humble approach, but how humble can someone like Harry and Meghan be? Not much, obviously. He even admitted, I'm not an expert in this and that. For the first time when he's pontificating about something he knows nothing about, he actually admitted this time in this little speech that he gave that, I'm not an expert in tech or anything. So there was definitely a humbling down here to a certain extent. Obviously, they're still arrogant AF, but he was definitely trying to come across as more everyday man. Not entirely, but he was trying to tone it down for sure. Because him and Meghan really think of themselves as, superstars and whatnot. But it's a big fail again. 7 reversed, 7 coins reversed, 7 of cups reversed. Disaster. And he had high expectations. He thought he was going to have a huge impact with this. He thought he could rile up people with this to support him. But no, not going to happen. Nobody supports Harry and Meghan, that's for sure. All right, so that is what I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.